Good evening. My name is Brandon Caples, and I represent the organization A.S.P.U, which stands for Alabama Single Parents Unite. Now, what you may not know is that the percentage of single-parent homes have been rising in Montgomery for years, along with the effort it takes for the single parents to take care of their children. Now, these children need a role model to help guide them and help give them key essentials in life that two-parent homes would give them. Now, there are some offers that as an organization I would want to pursue and that I've listed here, mainly because as a child growing up, my father has given me the opportunity to pursue in every single program that I've listed here. So I understand the impact and I understand how it changes a kid's life. Now, the first offer that I would embark would be the Big Brother program. I focus on this one the most because I've seen the good that it does the most. Like I said, as a child growing up, I've done the Big Brother program, and one thing I remember the most is that one kid that my dad brought home all the time. He was in and out of juvie. He had a single mom that worked 2 jobs, and she never had time to be his companion. He needed a companion. So my dad, despite his record, he would bring him to the house, and he was usually around me and my brother's age. So he would bring him to the house, we'd take him out for dinner, we'd take him out for ice cream, we'd go to a theme park. And it got to the point where he became part of the family and we saw him regularly. And I could see in his face how happy he was to actually feel a part of a family. I feel like these kids that only have one single parent, they need to feel a part of a family for them to be better. Another task I would like to do would be babysitting or daycare if possible. Because like I said, a single parent takes more to provide for their children since they're relying on one income. Then at that point, they would usually take on multiple jobs to be able to uphold this standard of living that we live in now. So that's why I would want to start babysitting or daycare if possible at $80 per week. Now, I've been in daycare. I've taken care of children that help out the daycare that I worked at, and they usually charge $100 or over per week, and then more if they have multiple children. I would only do 80 since I know the cost of the dollar is more than what it was back then. And if there's multiple children, I would give them a discount so that they can afford to bring all their children if they have multiple ones. Another one I'd like to do would be tutoring. I feel like that's essential because usually kids with single parent homes, they tend to test not as well as people with 2-parent homes. So I would want to do tutoring at $8 per hour, which I've actually done tutoring before as well. And there's usually 10 or 12 or 14, it goes on and so forth. So these kids, they need tutoring at this point because the statistics show that they slack or they lack in education as far as kids with 2-parent homes as well. Lastly, another favorite of mine would be the food drive that if possible, I would want to do twice a month. Now, like I said, growing up, I did a lot of charity work because of my dad, and he actually worked for Feeding America in Tampa Bay, which pretty much does all this, but especially the food drive. Now, what the food drive is they basically sign an agreement with, let's say, Publix or Walmart or a local mom and pop supermarket. They sign a deal that items that are close to date or items that have not been sold, we get them for a lot cheaper than they would in the actual store. And they help the cause by doing this. What we do is we get all these groceries that we bought very cheap from these supermarkets, and we put them all in crates. It can go from milk, eggs, vegetables, fruit, canned food like beans or ravioli or just something that could help out a family if they need it. And we find people that are qualified based off their income a year. And we send out we have flyers, we have banners, we have emails, we have text messages to get the word out of where we're going to be, where the food bank is going to be. And if they qualify, that they sign up and they come to the food bank at whatever particular city that we're in. They come, they sign their name, we should already have them on record. And if they qualify, if they're there, then they pay us $30 for a bag of groceries, which the groceries that we put in, if they were actual retail price, it would probably be around 60 or 70. So they're saving money by doing this. And it helps them out. It gives them food to feed their children. And, you know, they're home because they're single and they have kids and they need to eat. So that's why this is one of my favorite ones because I've seen what it can do. I've seen the impact it's made on people. I remember the last one I did, I actually did it with the Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the football team. And they helped out a lot, and they gave out a bunch of groceries that day. And it really helped bring out the idea of Feeding America because people love the Bucs. It was a good promotion, and I really enjoyed that day. But basically, out of all these offers, I've seen what they do hand in hand, and I feel like if I had an organization, I would want to do every single one of these things to help out these single-parent homes because they need us. They need us to help guide their children and to help them be better.